Today's episode, I'm gonna be cooking burgers and spending a rainy night in the back of my car, battling my way through thick bushes, climbing an unforgivable ridge, getting lost in the clouds and wandering through some otherworldly looking landscape. I was hoping on getting a glimpse of the mountain I'm climbing tomorrow, but this is the most views I've found so far. Everything else is in the fog. Still nice though. Okay, let me show you my new dumpster camper. First I gotta properly park. I'm a bit all over the place. First thing you probably noticed is the roof stuff. We've got a bike rack for my good old Gary Fisher and a coffin. Does make the duster look a bit more complete. And the reason for the coffin is I don't have a trunk anymore. Got this nice cozy bed instead. Call it the dumpster camper. Enough about that. It's almost 8 PM and haven't even had lunch yet. The best feature of them all is this. Got myself a nice little cooking table. I'm gonna get straight to the point. They've got burgers. Use homemade products, it's also quite healthy, believe it or not. Just a bit of veggies and meat. Ah, shit. Just a matter of time. People never believe I'm so clumsy until they see me cooking in real life. You really can't mess up a burger, even if you're me. Salt. This board is gonna be all disgusting after this. This is so tiny. Well, to be fair, I did get chubbier. Meat is done. Now the bacon. Second plate for the onions. Wow. Ooh. Oh. One more baconator and then the buns. Oh no, this won't fit. It's so dry that I don't need to bake it anyway. Now warm up the burger as well. Ooh. Cherry on the cake. Ooh. Ain't that beautiful? Let's see. Reminds me of the burger we had in school. Cold, dry, but still better than everything else on the menu. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Don't need that anymore. Do need that though. I'm gonna switch places because I'd like to be a bit closer to my starting point tomorrow. It wasn't the most flat spot either, so. Where did that fuck come from? Maybe this. Looks good to me. Right in the swamp. Just waiting for Shrek to come running out of the woods. Put this plastic so I can have the windows open just enough to let in some air while it rains outside. Okay, shall we get cozy? Oh. My hopes of having an early start are slowly diminishing. The storm got delayed a bit, so I'll be able to start before 7, which is 2 hours later than I'd like to. We'll see. got that son of a gun. I'm gonna read a few pages of my new book and see you at the crack of dawn. Good morning. Tell you what, this is a whole lot better than any bivouac I've ever slept in. Oh yeah. We finally got our eyes on the prize here. Didn't even know we're gonna have such a lovely view directly at the mountain. Okay, change of plans. As I showed you yesterday, the rain got delayed a bit, so my weather window got even shorter. A bit too short for me to be comfortable going up there, so decided to, when I'm gonna go to the start of the ridge, it's a nice viewpoint. I'm gonna show you my climbing plans, and I'm gonna come back another day, bring those plans to fruition. Got about an hour and a half to the top, so it's gonna be just enough to get the blood flowing. Don't worry, I won't make this a part 1, part 2 video. It's all in one. For you it's gonna be one seamless transition, and for me it's gonna be 2 different days, 2 days worth of driving. Wouldn't mind having a cottage like that. Oh. The air's in a hurry today. This is where the trail ends and the climbing begins. The ridge features 800 vertical meters of up to 3rd grade climbing, which makes it the longest climbing ridge in the Alpinism Alps. Just like that, I'm back. And also the sun. Same me, different week. First things first, we've got a load of bushes to deal with. Magnificent. The camera doesn't do it any justice. You know, it's not so magnificent, these bushes. I think there's a good way to go about it. It looks equally as bad. The sooner you get it over with, the better. Okay, it's not that bad. It looked worse. Quite a nice little path so far. There are definitely times when the bushes were the crux of the route. Oh, I got a shield. What a lovely, how do you even call it? It's not a forest, it's not a meadow, meow forest. The fog's building up, but I am making some quick progress. I can't help myself but keep glancing at this stunning view. The fog adds a nice dramatic effect, but I do hope it goes away by the time I reach the top. It looks like we're gonna get our hands on some rock now. It's helmet o'clock. That's what I like to see. Less bush, more rock. In my latest video, someone commented that I lack the part of brain responsible for self-preservation instinct. It wasn't meant in a bad way and it make me chuckle, but it's very much false. Feel fear just as much as everyone, sometimes even more. I just learn to control it whenever I need to. Not so much when it comes to spiders though. Rounds too with these bushes. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh, scraped my eye and these needles. Oh, I think today might be one of those days when the bushes are the crux of the route. Oh. Anyways, what I was trying to say is I wasn't born fearless, far from that. When I was a kid I was more afraid of heights than most of my friends. And not only that, as well as the smallest and skinniest kid in class that everyone made fun of. He was even smaller than all of the girls, so you know how that goes. Oh. 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 I don't know if I chose the most optimal route, but oh. Now that I'm older and I look back at my childhood, I realize how much that really messed me up. Being belittled on a daily basis, oftentimes even outside of school. Had a very low self-esteem and was not a particularly confident guy, which might still be present a bit today, but it's a topic for a whole another day. Now I've got a crux to climb. Huh? I see a python. Not the snake, but this metal thing. It means someone has climbed here. Either here or here, but I'm leaning more towards here. Is this solid? It's not going anywhere. I'm on. Good stuff. There's that. Now I've got some easier terrain for now. To continue where I left off, back then you'd never guess I'm gonna do the things I do today. Even I wouldn't believe it. I was neither mentally nor physically gifted. In fact, in most PE exercises in elementary and middle school, I placed at the back end, so it didn't exactly stand out. But one thing I've learned over the years is you don't need to be talented to be good at something. You just need to be stubborn as a bush of thorns, and that I don't lack. Still got a long ways to go. This ball of fire is totally useless today. It's not radiating much heat. I need to keep moving if I don't want to bundle up. What are you doing here, little gecko? Oh, the fireball is starting to prevail, or at least trying to. Okay, I'm gonna get some water in my system and change out the lens. Like when I first started learning cliff jumping, I was too afraid to commit and do a backflip from a meter high pier. Kept landing on my back because I just wouldn't commit on getting my head around. So I had to find a way to not have any other option but to land. I went straight to a 4 or 5 meter cliff. I don't know exactly how high it was, but enough to be in a lot of pain if you don't land it. So yeah, then I really didn't have any other choice but to land. And guess what? It worked. It was ugly as hell, but I made it. And from that point on, I was hooked. And it was a similar story with freestyle skiing. Sometimes I'd spend an hour gathering the courage to hit a jump, and once I finally did, it took me countless of crashes to land a trick that some could do in a few tries. But I kept putting in twice as much effort and eventually got better at it. I also built up some confidence and learned how to control fear, so when I got to climbing I had a good foundation to build on. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do a short break from the program. We've reached the top. Ah, that's disappointing. Yeah, well, that's 1 out of 3. But the higher 2 are yet to come. Hopefully those 2 have a booklet. I'm gonna soak in these amazing views and get on with it. Still get nervous before a climb, but once I get my hands on the rock, as long as it's not too crumbly, I fall in the zone and it feels almost as easy as driving. As long as I'm in control, I know I can trust my abilities to keep me alive. So no, I do not have a death wish and I'm not fearless. I just do what I love, which happens to be a bit dangerous. But like it or not, there's always gonna be risks. You could die in a car crash tomorrow and it might not even be your fault. So why not do something you love instead? I fear a lot of things, mostly the stuff I can't control, like avalanches, rock falls, lightning and spiders. Those ugly little creatures terrify me. But even more so, I'm afraid of wasting my life. Getting old and realizing I could have done so much more with my life. This shit terrifies me like nothing else. Probably over my rambling by now, so I've got some good news for you. We're almost at the top. Shout out to this guy. If you're a Slovenian, it's a good channel to watch. A bit more hiking oriented, but he does post a lot more often than I do, so you'll never run out of content. Ooh. As expected, there's not much to see here. I'm gonna continue on to the next one, the highest one, but that one I can reach via this marked trail, so it's gonna be a lot easier. The climbing might be over, but still got some pretty cool stuff to show you on the way down. At least it's cool to me. Bingo bango. It ain't much better here, but at least I've got company. Let me help you with the orientation a bit. Came from down there, climbed this ridge that you can see, summited this mountain and even one before that. Now I'll be going down here and back in the same valley. So it's gonna be a nice little big circle. I didn't bring the rope all the way up here for nothing. I have myself a burek today. I don't know what a burek is, just like strudel, but instead of the apples you've got either meat or cottage cheese. And if you don't know what strudel is, then I can help you. It looks something like that. Okay, had enough of this fog. Time to go back. Everyone wants the view, but not many want the climb. Well, sometimes all you've got is the climb. You could say that for mountains or life in general. But next time the sun shines, you sure as hell are gonna be grateful. Now that's the cool stuff I was talking about. Oh man. And the coolest part is this route that goes in the middle. How smooth. You could look at these rocks all day. Tighty squeezy. Oh yeah, snuggle bugger. Oh. Oh. Mislaid my hip a bit. What a giant mark. I'm going towards that. Some more cool rock formations going down in this valley, but somewhere along the way I'm gonna cross over into this one, into the right one. I've got an appointment in less than 2 hours, and for now I'm still ambitious enough to catch it, so I have to put it in high gear. Of course, now that I'm down, the weather clears up. Bleh. I don't need to hurry anymore. The appointment is a lost cause. So, what have we learned today? That early starts are a scam. You have to start at noon if you want to have nice weather. I'm joking, of course. Don't do that. Unless it's supposed to be perfectly clear weather, afternoons are a big no-no. Oh, couldn't wish for a better path. This is a blessing for the knees. There we go. I can finally show you the whole ridge. Today morning I started up here and climbed all the way up there. It's gotta be one of the top 10 places to live in Slovenia. How can you get any better than this? That's exactly how I envisioned my dream place to look like. If I ever have the money, I'd love to have something like that. Wow! This shortcut turned out to be a not so brilliant idea. Just as I pressed record, I smashed my face on the rock. There's never too much bushwhacking. I think I found the road again. Bingo. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Back at the crib.